the number that I said in the khuttbah, huh? 103. It's only 100 different. Okay. Chapter 3, but verse number 103. So, okay. That's not too bad. Okay. I just wanted to talk about this topic. What was the topic about? To hold on to the robe of Allah. Right? And Allah said, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبِلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Hold on tight, collectively, to the robe of Allah. And we said that the robe of Allah is Quran. And that's actually was explained in the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Al-Qur'anu hablullahi al-mateen, mamdudun bayna as-sama'i wal-ard. It is the robe of Allah which is extended between the sky and earth. And we said that the most important thing actually is to bring people together and to unite the ummah and to stop any action could lead to the division of the ummah. And I can tell you a lot today about this point, because we have, starting from the leaders to the individuals in the masajid, in the communities. I'm not talking about here, I'm talking about all the Muslim world. Some people are not aware of the importance of that point, that anything might cause division in the ummah, do not bring it on the table. Like, for example, do you know, like, if you are an Imam, how many issues that you might read and in the lecture or in the khutbah you avoid, because you are aware that if I brought that topic to the discussion, it will lead to the division and my community is not ready yet. And that's why, like, personally, I have met lots of people, they cause division in their speech, the way that you address, when to address, how to address, and to whom you need to speak. That needs wisdom. And sometimes if you have somebody who is excited to say the truth, he will tell you, am I telling the truth or not? Yes, you are telling the truth. We did not discuss this. Yes, you are telling the truth, but you have to know when, how, and to whom. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was telling the truth. I'm right? Am I right? Isn't it? But Allah said, "Ud'u ila sabili rabbika bil hikmati wal maw'izati al-hasan." I always tell people, take that example. Some people say, no, Imam, this bid'ah, we must stop it now. Who said to you now? Are people ready? Did you did you prepare their hearts, their mentality, their education level in Islam to receive your knowledge or not? And my clear example is Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For 13 years in front of the Kaaba, and the Kaaba is surrounded by 365 idols. So now somebody, Imam, this is a statue and it's haram and the angels will not enter to my, you know, these silly discussions that cause division to the ummah. And that's my curriculum. Understand Islam first. Let me tell you something. You know the story of Musa alayhi salam when he had a meeting with Allah? What happened during his meeting with Allah for 40 days? He is a prophet. The one who talked with Allah directly. This is Musa. Came with the miracles. He has the staff. He had miracles. And he left his community for 40 days and he came back, found them had worshipped the calf. And who was amongst them? another prophet. So don't bring any of the names of any of the imams, right? Of course, Harun, a prophet, is higher than anyone. They worshipped the calf, and he was amongst them. What prevented him from stopping them? Division. قال يا ابن لا تأخذ بلحيتي ولا برأسي إني خشيت أن تقول فرقت بين بني إسرائيل ولم ترقب قولي. Allah. When Musa alayhi salam got mad at him and he wanted to get into fight, so he said, do not pull my beard, do not pull my head, do not fight with me. My only excuse that I didn't want to cause division amongst the people of Israel. I didn't want to cause division. They disbelieved in the monotheism and associated partner. They worshipped the calf. Sometimes people are fighting in the masajid. Oh, this imam doesn't say Bismillah loudly. Okay, you know what? I will leave this masjid. Madness. That's insane. Oh, you know what? This imam, his thawb is not short enough. So what? I will not pray behind him. Oh, I met a brother in the masjid. He didn't have a beard. He is not following the sunnah. He will not be with the Prophet in Jannah. He is not one of the ummah of Rasulullah. We became so judgmental to the point that by these silly issues, and of course, I can tell you more, and even you know more than me. Back home, if you do not have a kufi like Isa entered to the masjid and he has no kufi, so that means what? Oh yeah, you might get a hit, yes, in your back, a spank on your back, and you might say, oh, that's not this, or someone can get dusty one and just put it over your head with the dust and everything, and smells bad and has allergies and some little insects, doesn't matter, right? Yeah, and that's a kufi, and that's it, with no respect of your privacy. And I said that before. It happened to me, and I would never forget this. It happened to me, something similar to this, when I was in the middle school, in Al-Azhar. Someone who didn't study anything, one day, he found me carrying a book. I came from my shaykh. And that book was for tafsir for one of the great mufassirin, Sheikh Sha'rawi rahimahullah. So the back of the book has the picture of the sheikh. He looked at the book and he looked it, then he cut the whole page. He cut it with no respect. He didn't ask me. It's my book. Who gave you the authority to cut my book? Like it's haram. So he cut it with no permission. Like I felt like he got a knife and he cut my heart. Wallahi, I was shocked. And after many years, and his argument that the picture is haram. That's it. The picture is haram. And he tells you the hadith of Rasulullah, إن الملائكة لا تدخل بيتا فيه كلب أو صورة. Surah. If you put surah on the Google translation, it will tell you picture. And that's not the photographic, the photograph. That's the statue. Not this one that we have nowadays. This is the misinterpretation, misunderstanding for the deen. And after many years, the same person came in the aqiqah of my son, Muhammad. And I had some imams in my house. So they wanted to take a photo together. So that man was next to me in the line. I couldn't, let it go. I couldn't. Then I hold him. I said, wasn't it haram? He said, Imam, the fatwa has changed. I said, no. I said, no way. No way. What happened? It was haram. You remember you cut my book? And now you are next to me to take a photo? The same person. Just think about this. That's why I see the main challenge in the Ummah right now is to understand Islam. How many people that you have met in your life, they are mixing tradition with religion. And they come up with new version of Islam and they stick into it thinking that this is Islam. I told you before, a woman, her husband passed away and she has to stay in Iddah. One night, during the time of Iddah, she was in pain, stomach. And her family told her it is haram to come out of the house. She wanted to go to the emergency room. They said it is haram. She was crying all the night from the pain. And she called me in the morning. She said, is it halal? I said, who said it is haram? That's why. People giving fatwas. And these fatwas are dividing the ummah based on madhab, based on, brother, you wanted to talk about religion? What's your madhab? It seems like it is a condition to show your identity, your card. What's your madhab first? So what was the madhab of Rasulullah Muhammad? What was his madhab? What was the madhab of Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, Talha, Zubayr ibn al-Awwam? What was their madhab? And you know how much those imams are respecting each other? And they are, listen to that word, they are switching and changing their views of the madhab when they visit each other. They have flexibility even more than us. They understand the essence of deen. One of the, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless Al-Azhar. Allahumma ameen ya Rabbi. One of the blessings of Al-Azhar that you study all the madhahib. So what we know 4, right? So we studied 16 madhab. 16. Like madhabs that you never heard of. Have you ever heard about madhab al-Laythi? So one of those things that you need to understand, that lots of people actually don't pay attention before you open your mouth. Be sure that what you are raising will not cause division in the ummah. If you know how many times some of the imams hold onto patience, like, because if they spoke, they will cause division. Like one of the things, you might have one incident, like a child who screamed in the house, in the masjid, running in the masjid, screamed in the masjid, for example. And you might have a brother who makes a big issue out of it. Imam, that's haram. They have to show respect. Imam, they are distracting us. Imam, our salah will not be counted. Imam, you must, listen, you must mention this in the khutbah of Jum'ah. It's one incident happened. If I mentioned it in Jum'ah, I will make a big deal out of it. I will make somebody who was intending to bring his son So between him and himself, he will say, my son is not welcomed in this masjid. So if I didn't talk as the brother wishes, so the brother gets angry and he might decide, I will not come to this masjid again. Why? Because the imam didn't follow the instruction. Astaghfirullah. You don't know. You don't know when and how and to whom before you open your mouth. Like the main issue for me is to keep the unity of the masjid. Like I stayed in my masjid in Egypt, alhamdulillah, for more than 9 years. That was my focus. How to bring people together and not to cause any division in the community, in the ummah. And that has to be our way of thinking too. So وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. And now let me tell you something. How can we bring the Muslim ummah together? By our skills? No. Because we are so smart? No. Listen to the remaining part of the ayah. وَاذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ إِذْ كُنْتُمْ أَعْدَاءً فَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِكُمْ فَأَصْبَحْتُمْ بِنِعْمَتِهِ إِخْوَانًا. Allah. And remember, when you were enemies, you remember the people of Medina? They were Aus and Khazraj, the two tribes. They were Aus and Khazraj. Can you imagine, can you guess how many years they kept fighting each other? 400 years. Aus and Khazraj fought each other. The two tribes in Medina fought each other for 100 years. Sometimes Aus are winning, sometimes Khazraj are winning. Then they come back. Then they fought each other for 100 years. And finally, Allah made them brothers. Brothers. Who made this? Allah. فَأَصْبَحْتُمْ بِنِعْمَتِهِ. By His grace, by His bounty. إِخْوَانًا. You became brothers by the grace of Allah. So without Allah, we can do nothing. We resort to Allah. We rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by becoming brothers and sisters in one community, united. So please, even when you walk in the masjid, you meet your brother, smile to him with the intention that I wanted to unite with my brother. Say, Assalamu alaikum, brother. I have seen you in the masjid many times, but I don't know your name. So what is your name? Can you give me your phone number? Are you coming to the Fajr? I heard that the Imam said the Iqamah will be 6:45. Could you remind me? Could you call me? Could you wake up? Could you wake me up so we can come to the Fajr? Imam, what do you think if we made early breakfast after Fajr to the brothers who come to the masjid to Fajr? Imam, what do you think if we can make something to bring the kids to the masjid? Imam, what do you think? You know what? I have some skills in doing things. Like one of the community members, I will not mention the name, voluntarily said to me, Imam, those who impacted by the hurricane, I know how to fill the paperwork. I can fill it to them. I can help. Maybe I don't have money to help, but I can fill the paperwork for them. See, this is how we come together. May Allah unite us. And may Allah bring us together. Allahumma ameen. Ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakumullah khairan. And forgive me for taking too long tonight. Normally we don't talk too much in the Jumu'ah dinner, but inshallah, we ask Allah for these words to help us to be together, inshallah. I think some of you had heard of the announcement. This is the first announcement for the Umrah, inshallah. Inshallah, we will have Umrah in November 19th for the Thanksgiving break. And inshallah, we will have our brothers and sisters from the masjid. We will go, all of us as group, to the Umrah. The Umrah will be 4 days in Turkey, 4 days in Mecca, 4 days in Al Medina, from the 19th of November to the 1st of December, inshallah Rabbil Alameen. And normally it's, you know, if you see the average of the price in Tampa here, it's 3,800. And alhamdulillah, I was, right? 3,800. And alhamdulillah, today I was able to bring good price. So the man said, just for you, Imam, will be 3,200. I said, you know what? I wanted more 200 cut in the price. So he said, okay, Imam. And he said, just with one condition, the one who talks to us, he has to mention your name. I said, okay, don't worry, we'll tell them to mention my name so he can get the 200 discount. So the final price for the room has 4, it will be 3,000, inshallah. So if you are interested, don't wait. Take a picture, scan photo of your passport and send it to me. That's very simple. Then I will create the group for all the Umrah people, and then you will be updated with the time, so that's included everything, 5-star hotel. And those who went with me, they already know. Movenpick in Medina and in Al Haram, the clock tower, alhamdulillah. And they have everyday breakfast, and the visa included, the ihram included. Inshallah, I will lead the group. Then you will have the sessions before the Umrah, all the education sessions. So you will have lots of things, inshallah, included. And the most important thing that I was confirming today, the transportation between Mecca to Medina has to be the train. The train. Yes, that's mashallah by itself. For those who went to the train, and I always take my group to the VIP section in the train. Alhamdulillah. So may Allah make it easy, inshallah Rabbil Alameen. And please convey the message, spread the word. I'm expecting to get all the passports so we can have everyone, inshallah, in line. Jazakallah khairan. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum. I forgot to announce that Brother Faisal already with us, right? Yes, Mr. Ruby. He's yes, I understand. Yeah.